Matt, Jordan, Ollie, and Lee are here. We're going to talk all about. We're talking all about games, in particular one game, Death Stranding, which I know you guys are a big part of, and we'll talk about it later on. But I mean, gaming in general. Are you guys? I mean, what was it like growing up? Were you all big gamers as it was, or how was it? Matt, kick us off. How was it for you? Were you there on Game Boys and things, or where did it start?
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first console I got were NES. Remember, I got it for Christmas and a Subbuteo set as well. But I remember, this Mario Duck Hunt, with the
Nintendo Zapper.
Yeah,
that's good.
And all that. Yeah, I was Nintendo growing up though. Never really Sega.
Yeah.
But Ollie was Sega, weren't you?
Sega kid.
Was there quite a rivalry with your mates as well? Like some people had Nintendo, some had like the Mega Drive. Or...
My cousin had Nintendo, but I was always Sega.
I was Nintendo and all.
Yeah. I was Nintendo. That SNES.
You either started with Sonic or with Mario.
Sonic is better than Mario.
Just look at draw, innit?
Yeah, it's luck of the draw. Whatever your parents felt was the right course.
Which is considered to be better.
Yeah.
I think
it's got to be Mario because Nintendo's still around, isn't it?
I would say Sonic is the better.
Yeah,
I guess that's because
Sonic's cooler.
Mario's
Sonic
more
is
successful.
Sonic is cool. I think Sonic is cooler, but he's wholesome.
Yeah.
He's a wholesome guy.
And he isn't got a good trade as well. So
yeah. To fall back on.
If game ever goes down.
But we're in the heart of Sheffield here, in this the Temple of Fun. But we have different names for this place. It's like you said the Cinnamons.
This is the Cinnamons.
This room's the Cinnamons.
This is the Cinnamons, and this is a special room because you were saying you guys wrote the last album here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did,
How long?
Studio.
How long? I mean, how was that process? I mean, it was your sixth album, Ammo?
Sounds about right.
Is that right? So you lose track of these things. Just hit after hit after hit.
Yeah.
All mounts up. But I mentioned earlier on, Death Stranding is a game that I know that you guys are, I guess, passionate about because you've been involved in the game. Ludens, your new song, is a big part of this game. What was it like writing a song for a video game? How did that process differ to you writing songs like In Here for an album?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing was we had like 5 days to write it, so that was
5 days.
About maybe give or take.
Exaggeration. It was 5, 7.
It was not a very long time.
We were on tour, so we ended up losing like 3 days from travel, didn't we?
Yeah, but it was basically not. The deadline was just crazy.
They just sprung on you the last minute to say.
We talked about it, but it'd gone on for so long.
We faffed about, didn't we? And then I think it wasn't over the line, so we ended up kind of being like, well, we don't have time to do this unless they can actually confirm it. And then it got confirmed really late.
Yeah.
And then at that point, it was probably way too late for us to do anything. So we were just like, are we going to try and do this or not?
And then you get. I guess, do you get like a brief, like what the game is? You kind of told, it's a game that's kind of a bit. It goes across all different kind of genres and stuff.
To be honest, no. They just said you can do a song, but it's got to be done for this date.
If you do a song. Yeah.
Luckily, we're big fans of Kojima and what he's done in the past and all that stuff. So like, I felt like I already knew half of like what the game was about and what his ethos was about and all that stuff. So that helped. And I think just because we're so passionate about doing it, you know, it pushed us to actually make a song that quick. And I think also, like, because it was for a game, it was fun. Like, I didn't feel like we had to prove anything, where I think when we write an album or do a new song or whatever, off our own back, there's a lot more, like, anxiety and worry in it, whereas this, it's just, like, it's for a video game, so it feels like you're allowed to cut yourself a bit of slack and have some fun with it.
Yeah. I think that combined with the fact that we kind of thought we probably weren't going to be actually able to get anything. Yeah. That kind of made it feel a bit more like, well, we may as well just do something and see whether it comes out good or. And
when you do write something like, you know, in 5 days, and you kind of go, we are the best. I mean, we really are. We've done it.
Best band in the universe.
Best band in the universe. You know.
Your words, not.
Yeah. Well, thank you. But you obviously mentioned about Kojima as well. Like, you know, is there an added pressure when you're kind of writing a song for such an acclaimed developer as well, or was it just more fun? Like you said.
I mean, in all honesty, I just have no idea how many, you know, in my head, this guy's so busy working on a game that he isn't going to listen to our song. Yeah. So you don't actually know. But at the same time, you do want to like shine if it's something that you look up to and a person that you look up to. So I think we definitely wanted to, like, I got to fanboy out a bit and, you know, take a lot of lyrics from the trailer and kind of show off how much I knew about the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? And it was fun to weave it into a message that was outside of the game, you know?
Because I mean, I think Death Stranding, I can say that it's probably one of the most one of the biggest games that people are most hyped about. Have been for a long time now as well. Were you able to kind of have any kind of time with the game or any kind of iteration of it before actually writing the song, or just nothing at all?
No, we got basically nothing.
Okay.
So everything we could find out pre-writing the song was just stuff that was available online. But then I think if you actually look, like Ollie said, if you look at all the things he'd said and all the information that was out there, there was enough information to
grasp what
the concepts were and stuff.
I mean, it looks insane. Like, it looks incredible, right?
Yeah,
like the
cool,
trailer looked phenomenal.
In the end, we got to go to Kojima Productions in Tokyo after we'd delivered the song. We got to go and kind of check. So we have seen a little bit.
I mean, that must have been quite an experience as well, going to like Japan and going to the studios as well, to actually where they're making a game like that. So
it was really cool. It was like we had to sign like waivers. We weren't allowed to talk about anything and stuff.
Was there like a secret entrance to go into?
It is a bit.
Was
like
there?
That,
yeah, a little
secret
bit.
door, and you go through the white room and like some out Black Mirror or something.
Yeah, it was
classic Kojima.
It was very cool. Yeah, he's obviously put some money into his facilities because
a lot more people there than I thought as well.
Yeah, we thought there were just going to be like a few people around the desk, and it was just like this massive room. And
well, it's because it's like when you walk in, it's just like a corridor. It's like a kind of like labyrinth of corridors, and you don't see anything. And it was just like one or two people came to meet us, so I was just like, oh, what? They said, we'll go in a minute and show you, where we're making the game. And just, I don't know, it just didn't feel like you were going to walk into this massive space with like 100 people. We just walked into this room and just everyone's just sat playing the game.
Is it very like, was it quite cloak and dagger? Like some rooms were kind of, you weren't allowed to see like things being done?
It was all
open plan, yeah.
Oh, really?
Just a huge room with everyone just testing.
That's very cool.
It was really sweet.
It was weird. You kind of think maybe if you went and saw something like that, it'd make... Because to me, it's just I don't get how people make video games. I don't get how like code translates into a video game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You think maybe if you go and see it in the flesh, it'll start to make a bit more sense. But it made it more confusing. Just seeing people with code here, the game there, and just typing stuff and then looking, and it's just like, how, like what?
You kind of take it for granted because you're there playing the game. You think about all of the amount of like design work that goes into a game. People are saying that this game as well is like, I think it's massive. It's like 60 to 80 hours or something, apparently, if you really take your time.
There's like 100 people in there, and you think, well, how are they orchestrating getting all this code?
And who's doing what?
What's the hierarchy of, I don't really know how to say it. Who's organising this into something that makes sense? Like, who's saying, right, you're working on this?
Yeah, you're working on this part of the map.
Yeah, and who's to say when
chapter.
someone's not changing the code on something, it's not screwing up something that someone else is messing with? I don't know, it seems like such a logistical...
You know Kojima, he's got like a mind map, like a mind labyrinth where he knows exactly what's going on, so that's amazing. We mentioned gaming as well in general, like, the games that you played as kids, like Sonic and Mario and stuff. Nowadays, you're on the road, you're kind of, you spend a lot of time together. Do you play games now together, or is it kind of a case of like you kind of play it on your own time, or what kind of games are you playing?
We have a big flight case that we take with us on tour, and you take the front off, and it's a flat screen, some KRKs, speakers, and a PlayStation 4, so we get FIFA going, Call of Duty, so this like everywhere. We'd be like sat like this and just wheel it in front of us, and then we don't move until we have to do something, really.
Who's the most competitive? Is there someone, is there a clear like best gamer in the group, or is everyone kind of
when
like...
it comes to FIFA,
I would say
I'm the greatest.
It's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever said.
Should I ask who your team is in FIFA? Do I need to ask?
PlayStation Gangsters is me and Matt.
Don't tell them what you call
PlayStation Gangsters.
Yeah, PSG, PlayStation Gangsters.
PlayStation Gangsters.
And then Lee and Vegan
Brides.
Black Veil Brides, which is
Borussia Dortmund.
BBB.
Yeah. Do you play like duos like?
We pretty much go 2v2.
Yeah.
We very rarely break our teams up.
We don't play one-on-one because it gets
You've got a nickname for him, haven't you?
Oh yeah, tell the world his nickname.
Coogsy, yeah.
Apparently
there's a cougar on the pitch.
What do I was saying?
Does it get very competitive? Are you playing this on like a tour bus, or are you? Like,
No, we play in the
dressing
venue.
room.
Okay.
We used to play on the bus as well.
Yeah, we used to. On days off when you were driving, we used to have like tournaments or something to do. So
at one point they bought an actual cup.
We did. We had a wrestling
like a trophy.
The Bob Cup.
Yeah.
Best on the bus.
Coogsy's got it.
Yeah.
Coogsy's got it.
Matt had some serious anger issues back then as well.
Oh, Matt's had a few controller.
You've worked through them now, haven't you?
Has there been some some ragey moments.
I was robbed. You know what I mean? I was
You
robbed.
get the most
You
angry.
deserve it.
I'd say
You
you got the most.
smashed the
Matt,
bin in
it
anger
was,
once.
it was the computer's fault. It was
It
the game's
were,
fault.
yeah.
It wasn't yours. It was a glitch.
Playing with these amateurs.
Away from FIFA.
You don't have enough respect for that. I'd get.
No, let's not do this now.
Yeah. But yeah,
He's got the trophy for the next year. There should be like an annual.
You need to see us play.
Oh, we've had
FIFA
many
and
trophies.
The whole illusion will be broken when
Should
you
we
see
just
me.
get Death Stranding
Yeah, we'll
now
get-
and get the
Yeah.
FIFA
I want
in?
to see you get
Yeah.
Sabutio out as well. I love that. Sabutio's
Yeah,
classic.
Sabutio,
man.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I used to
mate,
love.
yeah.
I used to love that as a kid. Aside from FIFA, are you play a single player games? Do you get a chance to kind of play much of that? Like, could I get into like obviously there's like Death Stranding is a huge campaign. Would you kind of play like a kind of a campaign game? Is there no time for that?
Started
Kind of
playing
stuff?
that Call of Duty.
I'm more into stuff like that. Yeah.
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 What's your kind of like? What was your poison? Was it like Tomb Raider or
Last
Uncharted?
of Us.
Or
Last of Us, one of the best
Uncharted, yeah.
of
Yeah.
the last decade, I would say.
yeah. Number 2 comes out next year.
Yeah. Being
Excited.
delayed though.
Excited. Once you finish Death Stranding, you should be just in time for the next game coming out.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah,
8
probably.
hours, you know.
It's true.
It's a long time to play. Yeah. And I guess are you handheld gamers? Are you switching?
all
Are you
got
kind of
Switch.
Yeah, we're
Switches,
switching
yeah.
too. Yeah.
yeah?
They're great for tour, to be fair, aren't they?
We haven't played them for a little while, have we?
You
I
can't
don't
go
want
wrong
to
with a
play
bit of
it,
Mario
yeah.
Kart and a
Yeah.
bit like, you know.
I got that Zelda.
I think like
Zelda's good.
the indie games like
Links to the
Limbo
Past.
and
Yeah.
Inside and stuff is like so good to play on those consoles.
Yeah. And you can kind of it's a good thing to kind of fall asleep to as well. You kind of just like play it.
Yeah, it knocked me out.
Yeah,
Playing
yeah.
Computer games knocks me out.
Oh, it was
Yeah, it's
Link's,
really good.
Link's Awakening, the remake for the Switch. That one was really good.
It is really good.
Yeah.
You can make your own dungeons now as well.
Yeah.
Have you done
was
that?
good. No.
Okay. It's fine. I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
But no,
I mean,
that game was really cool.
I was looking into I was looking back at some of your stuff this morning, and your first album was out in 2006. Is that right? 2000.
2004 was our
2004.
first record, but
Okay.
like our first album, 2006.
I was looking at some of the games that have been released in 2006.
So
We had
classics.
do you remember, like Gears of War, the original Gears of
yeah.
War.
That game was so good.
That was really good. You had like Zelda's Twilight Princess, which is like an old school. You had like Wii Sports. Remember Wii Sports?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't really.
We-
think I had a Wii.
yeah.
I had a Wii.
but
I had a Wii,
Yeah.
and then someone bought me an Xbox 360 for Christmas, and then I just sold
Game
my-
changed.
Sold my Wii instantly.
Did you?
Yeah.
You got straight into it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Your stepdad had a Wii as well, didn't he?
Yeah, it did.
When you played.
Funnily enough, Kojima's previous game was inside the console when he urinated.
It all comes full circle. All comes full circle. Have you been excited? I mean, because obviously your Ludens is in the game. Do you know where it features in the game at all? Like, is it kind of like?
we got to see when we were at Kojima's studio. He kind of played us the song
Yeah.
while he was chugging beer and.
It's kind of like the
Like
same.
he wasn't actually chugging. I mean, the character was chugging
Oh,
beer.
okay.
Kojima wasn't just chugging beer. No.
And so was it kind of part of a scene, or can you like listen to
well,
like
It's
music?
kind of like the save. It's kind of like the save room where you go to have a shower and chill out, and almost like.
So what's
almost
that? So
like
just playing in the
describe it to
background,
you,
where
like
you're
on
just like,
Resident Evil, where you
Yeah.
have like a room where you put your stuff and all
Like
that
a little
stuff.
house, yeah.
oh, you use the
So you, and
typewriter
you've got like
stuff.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You could leave it on them droid things as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
and then if
On
somebody
bridges.
else finds them, they can play like tracks
Yeah,
and stuff. It's weird.
I'm pretty sure you can listen to it when you're just on.
Oh, you can.
On the
oh,
move.
yeah,
Is it
when you
like
make a
like
bridge
a-
as well, when you make
You can
bridges
put
and
them on
stuff,
there.
you can leave a tune on
Okay.
there.
Do you naturally always like? Or do you think you'll naturally always kind of put it on in the background, being like, yeah, I'm making the most of this?
I'm just hoping, like, from one review I read, it sounded a bit like it might be on the credits, which would be kind of cool. But I don't know
That'd
if
be-
that's true.
We need to
On
see
the
it.
opening credits?
No,
No,
on the
close.
final.
We're not going to get that far today.
No. Well, apparently if people are
This
saying
year.
after 10
Speed
hours,
run.
it starts to warm up after 10
Let's do a
hours.
speed run.
What's the speed run?
Probably about 24 hours.
Yeah.
Is it completely mad? I mean, you think back to, I mentioned 2006 or 2004, the idea that one day one of your songs would be in such a pivotal, massive like Kojima video game. Does it kind of blow your mind, or was that kind of always on the bucket list of things I want to do one day?
Well, I mean, one of our songs from one of our albums is literally called Shadow Moses, which is like a reference to his last game, and we stole music from that game and put it in, which we got away with. I've got tattoos of like Kojima's work and stuff like that. So
That's awesome.
it's definitely like a proper mad thing.
Did you show him? Was he impressed?
No, I forgot. To be honest, but I had to take all my trousers off, and Japan's a bit
Ollie,
like.
that's a classic. That's an opportunity right there. It's a window.
I should have
Love
told
taking
him.
your trousers off.
Not for Kojima though. Unlike your dream
weird.
you had.
What was the dream? What's his dream? Elaborate for us.
No,
That
you
sounds-
don't.
You don't want to hear
God,
it.
Stop right
just,
now.
just nip it in the bud.
Yeah,
Okay.
not safe.
It was completely weird.
But I want to hear about it later.
Okay.
Okay. Is it when you think about it now, like it being in the game, like does it kind of take you? Would you kind of like to do this more often? Like get kind of your music in more kind of games in future and like movies? I mean, has it kind of inspired you to kind of go, do you know what, this is actually pretty cool, and do more of this?
I mean, it feels like we've been waiting for a moment like this for ages, but every time someone asked us what we'd want to do, you know, we never done a song for a movie or TV or anything like that really, apart from Hollyoaks. And
you did a song?
Well, we're just always on Hollyoaks.
Oh, really?
Someone in the Hollyoaks
it's a cheap
team,
license fee, so there's stickers on all the time, don't they?
Yeah, I think someone who works in Hollyoaks like just likes our band.
So
Just sneaks like you hear like one of our songs in completely inappropriate scene.
Yeah.
They'll just
have
have like
Horizon again.
yeah, like Hollyoaks. Wow.
What's the name of the cafe in Hollyoaks? It's like I can't remember the name of
I
it.
watched it in time.
Dog in the Pond's the pub.
Is it on in Dog in the Pond?
What's it called? Nosh? Il Nosh, isn't it?
Il Nosh.
Il Nosh.
Was it Tony's place?
Tony's restaurant.
Is Tony still on it?
Is Tony in that still?
Yeah.
I think so.
That's
yeah.
wild.
He's like immortal.
I think he's bald now, though.
For anyone who's watching who's not British and doesn't know what Hollyoaks is, I'm trying to think of an American or like whatever comparison to Hollyoaks. It's just
You probably won't know it, will you? It's kind of like the beginner one where everyone starts.
it's classed as soap opera.
It's like that what
It's not
Joey's
really.
on
It's like a
Friends.
teen.
It's like kids having a laugh
It's like there's some budget.
in.
Let's not be
I
mean
think
about
Manchester.
Hollyoaks.
No, it's
We won't put us
wicked,
in
but it's
again.
on a budget.
Yeah, yeah.
It's definitely on a budget.
It's a slightly
Wicked.
more youth-friendly soap, I would say.
It is.
It is addictive as well. I used to,
Great,
I
I
mean,
love it. I watch it all the time.
Yeah.
Once you watch one,
It's all national television and what's always up there. They're always saying.
how many
It
do you
actually
reckon?
won the best syrup, didn't it? Last
Did
one?
it?
Did it really?
God.
We made it to the gas explosion scene.
That-
Was it a gas
that's-
explosion
A bomb,
scene?
wasn't it?
Or was it a train crash?
No, it was a bomb.
Or
No,
a
I think we've been on
Probably
it.
more. Probably
Are you giving
remember
any
gas
say
exploding on a
what
train.
tracks they use, or do they just use
Oh
it
no, we
willy-nilly?
don't even know about it until it goes out live.
You're watching
Someone
it.
just sends a message.
They've used
saying,
us
"Oh,
for an explosion, lads.
yeah, Hospital for Souls in an explosion scene of
Wow.
Hollyoaks.
And that was a big scene. That was one of the probably all the
think
budget
it-
went on that one scene.
yeah, it
I
was
think
like
it
the
was
season's
a
budget.
special.
That might have
It was a
won
big-
the
It was a
award
big
for
one.
Yeah, it was a big one. I like that.
Yeah, it was cool.
But yeah, going back, every time someone asks us, even though we wanted to do something like this, every time someone asks us what we want to do, it's like we don't actually know. And but then when this came up, it just felt perfect because obviously, like being fans, but also like it is a video game, but it feels like it's got more of a message and more of a vibe than your average video game and stuff. And it just feels like a cool thing to be part of a game that's so, you know, not controversial, but obviously everyone's got an opinion on it. People are going to be talking about this game for, you know, the next.
It feels that way for sure.
It's quite divisive as well, and it's like a bit like what our
Yeah,
band has experience of that kind of thing.
Because it looks quite. I mean, it looks really dark as well. But it kind of like. But there's. I mean, they've got a lot of big games now. The AAA titles. They get these big celeb like Hollywood stars and stuff. And I mean, you've got some real. I mean, Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead is in this, and I think you've got Mads Mikkelsen from
Leia
like you know,
Seydoux.
who's that?
Leia Seydoux or Leia Seydoux?
Yeah,
French
who's like
actress.
she's been like Bond movies as well, and
Yeah.
like she's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of mad that I mean, I don't know if you're watching the shows that or movies that these people are in, but it's pretty cool rubbing shoulders, I guess, with like kind of Hollywood royalty. But you guys didn't Ollie direct Forrest Whitaker in one of your music videos?
Yeah,
How was that experience?
it was cool.
Was it cool?
Really cool, yeah.
He seems like a super cool guy.
Yeah, he's such a beautiful person. He's just like super. I don't know. He's just like a proper human. Do you know what I mean? Like you just expect someone like that to be super secure and confident and whatever, but he just like, you know, he's just super sweet, super nice,
He's too nice,
vulnerable,
isn't
and
he,
just
actually?
like he's wicked.
It's
dude,
like
so-
scarily nice.
Like I love, you know, I mean, you see him in he's been in the Star Wars film as well, you know,
Yeah.
Rogue One. I mean, that alone gives
And
him
Species.
I mean,
We're in
he's
Species, mate.
Species.
Yeah.
Mate, that was an old school banger. I love that. That was a good movie.
Battlefield,
Underrated sci-fi.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
last king of Scotland.
See that he was a
Yes.
proper different
Is
role.
it
That
Last
was really
Samurai?
Oscar winner for that?
No, not Samurai.
Ghost Dog.
Ghost Dog.
Ghost Dog, yeah, that's right.
Way of the Samurai.
Way of
the
the
Samurai.
Samurai. Watch
Panic
that, watch
Room,
that the other day,
doing
it's
that.
off its tits.
He's been in some good stuff. But that must have been. I mean, was he when you did you want him for the video? Did you set out to get?
Yeah,
him, or
we've
was
been
it-
trying to do this for ages because he came to a show a couple of years ago with his daughter. And ever since that, we've just kind of stayed in touch, and he kind of became a fan through his daughter. And we spoke about him doing a video for our first song that we released off Ammo, and it just ended up getting too complicated and didn't work out. And he kind of, from that moment, he always like, you know, I promise you one day we'll do it. And it was literally 3 days before we were actually meant to be flying to LA to shoot a video with a different director. And he phoned me and he said, I'm in England, you know, I've got a couple of days off, our shoot's been suspended for a couple of days. I know it's short notice, but if there's all we can do, I'll do it. So I phoned the director up and he was like, no way. So I was like, well, all right, I'll do it then. And,
Wow.
yeah, it was crazy, but it was a lot of fun. It was cool. And I've always wanted to do it as well. And I think having that in the back of my mind, I just thought, well, if if I mess it all up, at least Forrest Whitaker's in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was, it kind of gave me the confidence to do it, and now I think I'll do all our videos.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, did you get a chance to actually meet any of the stars of the game, like Death Stranding, or not really?
No.
Okay. Did you watch like Walking Dead, these kind of shows that they're all?
I haven't seen
I've seen
Walking
Walking
Dead
Dead,
either.
yeah.
I know people who are fans of it. But
What was that
I haven't
old film
seen
you
it.
were in, Norman Reedus?
Blade 2?
Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
Boondock Saints. that
Boondock
one,
Saints.
mate.
Yeah.
That's where I know
Was he
him
in
from.
Boondock Saints?
Yeah.
Was he one of the main guys?
Yeah.
Short,
Oh, he must be
It was
super
sick,
young
that
in
film.
that.
Yeah, really young. I think they're making a third one. Boondock Saints,
Yeah, no, I think they have, and I think it proper bombed.
I was like,
He was
Sorry,
in Blade
Norman.
2 as well, weren't he? Yeah.
Blade 2, yeah.
Blade 2, yeah.
Yeah.
What, I mean, that was
Good
film.
Luke
He's a
Goss.
traitor,
Luke
isn't
Goss
Hey,
was
boy
in that.
from Bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually alright. Way better than the third one. Blade Trinity was a
Yeah,
was a bit
Blade
of a
2 was
nightmare.
2 was still a bit burger, isn't it?
It is a little bit,
First
yeah.
one's
It's
brilliant.
acceptable too, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the
One's
whole-
wicked though.
Which one?
One.
Number
Yeah,
one.
one. I mean,
Best superhero film ever.
yeah. I think they're making.
They're making a
Blade
new
back.
one.
They're making it into like a TV. Is it like a movie or
No,
a
it's a
TV?
movie, I think. Well, at least
thought it
that's
was a
what
TV
Is
show.
it really?
Again?
It's the guy from. Have you seen
No, they did one
the?
with Sticky Fingers, didn't they?
The guy,
Yeah,
from,
they
the
did,
guy from the
yeah.
Green
Yeah.
Book. Is it the Green Book?
I don't know, but I know him
rapper.
from True Detective.
Yes.
Season 3.
Yeah.
It's good, that
Yeah.
series.
I'm sure it'd be amazing.
The second one was turd.
Yeah. When are you guys going to enter the kind of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Is that going to happen anytime soon? Or gonna...
Yeah, we're going to be.
Let's get a few more players on Spotify.
Yeah.
One day it's going to happen. I mean, we've talked about Death Stranding and the kind of the scale of it, and the people attached to it. Do you think that down the line, this is going to be a game that people are going to, as you mentioned, play for a long time to come? Do you think it's going to be a game that you guys, because you're in it, try and be more involved in kind of gaming moving forward as well? Is it something that you want to reinvest your time back into games more so, or do you think you'll kind of continue to play casually as you do now?
It's hard to say. We'd like to. Like me and Matt started this Twitch that we're going to use up. Maybe it started year, and we do love playing games.
What's the channel? Which channel?
It's called Brim Their Eyes and Band now.
Brim Their
It
Eyes
was
and
called
Band,
Psycho
It was
Pickles
called Psycho
when we first did it,
Pickles.
and we just
Psycho Pickles.
yeah,
Love
I'm
it.
Psycho, he's Pickles.
Brilliant. All these names,
We used to just
Pickles.
play. What did we play on it?
Call of Duty,
Call
really.
of Duty.
Zombies.
Advanced
zombies.
Warfare.
We love zombies. Or
So
we did
good.
love zombies.
Yeah.
We got
Shame
to
it's
like
not-
level
shame it's not-
52 as well. We got pretty far. We spent about 4 hours on it.
Yeah,
What about
we
like
got
just getting around the
on
rounds?
Yeah, it's
Advanced
crazy.
Warfare, we got to level 56, I think,
Something
in the
like
end.
that. Yeah, crazy.
That's when they're just literally charging at you 20, like relentlessly.
It's hectic.
And they're all
Right,
exploding.
it was crazy.
Bit too much.
It was
really,
The
innit?
system we
It's
got
It's like
going
4
was...
hours of constant zombies.
It's too hard to tell as well who got the best because people cheated, so people had like level 600 and it said they'd been playing for 6 days and stuff, so we never know. But I feel like we must have been up there.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at games, but we definitely play that so much that we must be.
I mean, you played that game for about two,
our eyes,
2 years.
our eyes used to be literally like we'd go on before stage and the eyes were just dried out because you can't blink because it's just like constant.
Because I remember there was celebrations like when you used to hit like 22 and then 27 and then to get to like 50.
Over
that was
Were you
years.
jumping
of-
out of seats going, yeah, 27.
That was honestly a long time. Of playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you try and finish the Easter eggs in those games as well? Or you mainly just
tried
We
it.
tried them. Yeah,
It
but
gets
we never got
complicated.
there. Yeah.
It's really hard. You had to go into like a boiler room and you had to like find a key card that was not actually there visibly, and
You have to like
keep
I remember
exo
that.
shooting.
Exo
slam
round
on some
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah, that
and-
was
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah, it was
The perks,
hard.
you get into the perk territory and you really kind of balance
Oh,
the perks
man,
out.
it's difficult.
It
but
is.
it was. We only did it for a bit, but we're trying to find a way to engage with our fans a bit more and do something because
That'd be amazing, yeah.
we don't.
I'm sure everyone would love it as well if you guys were streaming more and playing games.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It's just time, man. We're always busy. We do it. We write and produce and everything, our own music and do our own merch and do it. We do everything within our band, which is not that normal for a band of our size, I don't think. So it rarely feels like we've got much time to kick back and do that. But hopefully we'll get some time this year.
So downtime is something we need to kind of for 2020. Really
Yeah,
kind of
for sure.
Getting more. And I think you said recently as well, like with music, I think you're kind of at the moment. The last one I heard was a lot less album focused stuff. Maybe a bit more kind of like you're just release singles as and when you go. Really.
I mean, nothing's set in concrete, but
Going forward, we think that.
we feel like the rate people consume music and stuff like that, and the music we want to write, we still love heavy music and want to do it, but we also want to explore this other side of music, and I think maybe people would respond better to it if we did it in segments. So we write an album that's more one style and the next album's a completely different style, so if you don't like it, it doesn't matter because it's coming out at a more rapid rate. Because we spent a year of our lives writing our last album, and we're really proud of it. But we still only get to play 4 or 5 songs off that record. Where and like I say, with how everyone streams, it's like you've consumed the music within the hour, and it's like what's
crazy,
next.
isn't it?
And I think people just want to like look at maybe releasing it in a different way and keeping it exciting and fresh and reactive to whatever we want to do, because we are quite like, we love so much different stuff, and I think we just get hungry to write so quickly, and we get hungry to do all this stuff. So I think we're gonna explore a different way of making music and a different way of rolling it out, and just a different way of touring and everything, to be honest.
Well, I mean, every band evolves, I guess, musically and their sound and things. But I mean, as you're right, you said the way that people consume music has changed so much in the last, I'd say 5-6 years or so.
Yeah, it's just completely changed
Like
the face
CD
of it all.
releases have
Yeah,
are
CDs
long
are
gone.
pointless, and it's just trying to adapt to the times.
Are you guys smashing through Netflix series and things as well? Like you always on is there like binge watching?
Yeah, I think everyone's. I'm watching Twin Peaks at the moment because I've never actually seen it.
Oh, it's a classic.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's really
weird,
cool.
Weird as hell.
Very, very weird.
Second season's bonkers.
Yeah, is it Carl McLaughlin? Is he that guy? I don't know.
I can't even.
It's just it's good, but I like that stuff too. But before we hand over to the fans, to you guys to play Death Stranding, I'm going to ask you the question of all questions: best game of all time. And this is going to have to be
Kojima's previous work.
would that be like a band-wide vibe?
No, I mean, I think it differs.
I've never played Kojima's previous game, so I would say.
Can we just say it?
Because
you're not allowed.
I would. I don't know about you guys. I naturally associate my nostalgia for me, my favorite games are attached to like certain memories. Like if I was younger, like the first game I ever played, or when I was kind of like at school or finishing whatever it was. I don't know if it's the same for you guys.
I'm going to say Kojima's previous work, and a game I loved was
Best platformer.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Oh yeah,
I invested a
talking
lot
my
of time
language
into
here.
San
Tony
Andreas.
Hawk's is up there for me
Tony
though.
Hawk's Pro Skater,
It's like the
One or
time
two.
and the period and the
One or
music.
two,
Both.
maybe both. Yeah.
I hate to betray Sonic, but I think the best platformer ever made is Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
Oh, Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not even a Nintendo kid, but like it is so sick, that game.
Bubsy.
It was the gift that kept on giving.
When I was younger, I thought GoldenEye was like my favourite game.
It's a very much a choice by the masses. That I think GoldenEye, because someone remade it recently.
It hasn't held up well to time.
Oh no, graphics aren't. I mean, obviously not.
Tomb Raider.
Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
Parasite Eve is a brilliant game.
What's that game?
Parasite Eve.
I don't remember.
It was like kind of like an RPG / survival horror for PlayStation 1. And
Okay.
it's
Dino Crisis.
Dino Crisis.
Yes.
The list goes on.
Yeah, I remember like Turok. Remember that? That was kind of like a
Yeah.
Dino game.
Sure, I can never
Two,
play.
64.
I have
Yeah.
a 64.
Were you in the arcades as well growing up? Like kind of always when you go to the cinema, always have to put
Turtles in
squeeze
Time.
Turtles in Time.
Point Blank.
Yeah.
I played that House of the
Blank.
Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all
Time
the
Crisis as well. That were a
Time
revolution.
Crisis
wasn't
was
it?
sick.
I like the step in and step out element. Felt like I was really part of the game.
I think Last of Us is arguably the best game of the last decade. I
Yeah.
think the second one's going to be wild. I've never been so emotionally engaged in a story of a video game before. It was wild.
Yeah.
I think they.
When you see the giraffes at the end. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
go, it's so beautiful.
It was just crazy. I remember
Where's
when.
the giraffes?
There's like a bit where you kind of walk out and you
When
see
it's
some
all like,
giraffes.
yeah,
and
it's
it's
all
just that the
nature.
whole world is kind of like
Is that when he
falling apart.
tells
You're on
Well,
top
I
of a
never
car.
completed this game, so you spoiled it for me.
Sorry, Matt.
You got to a bit where he fell off that side though, didn't you? And he got thing in his.
I can't remember.
Is it the bit where he lies?
I
Is it the bit where he
think my
lies to
brother
her and
never
tells
got
her
it
that they found another cure somewhere else or something?
Yeah, I think maybe.
That's the ending.
Yeah.
Is that when the giraffes
Thing is,
are there?
No,
spoiler
giraffes are
alert.
just like
it's
when
been
you
out. It's
walk
been
in
out
through
for
the
like
city.
6 years,
Yeah,
5 years.
I mean, you have
We can
basically
spoil
ruined
it now. It's fine. But the next one's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, it's going to be mad.
But good choices. San Andreas is a good one.
Yeah.
GTA, you can't really go wrong. I love Vice City personally.
brilliant.
But
They're all good, aren't they?
Finite
really
round
good.
3.
question is, by the end of
Oh,
the next month or so, we'll be saying Death Stranding's the best game we've ever played.
100%.
We'll see.
We will
Yeah,
see,
best
surely.
band in the whole universe of all time
On the
in the
best game
galaxy.
ever.
Not band, artist.
Artist.
Does that include everyone in that?
Best artist that ever lived,
Yeah.
like
best
the entirety of
people.
history,
People.
our galaxy and beyond.
Yeah.
Bring me the horizon.